Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everyone. Thank you for being with me here tonight. It's nighttime here. I want to start by apologizing for my raspy voice and my swollen eye. Woke up not seeing out of this eye, so I don't know what it takes to get rid of this crud that's been following me for, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. Comes and goes and comes and goes. So I'm sick of it and I need some remedies, please. But on today's show, I could not skip the show. I didn't care if I couldn't look out of this eye. It was half closed. I was gonna be here tonight because I won't be home for the next 5 Tuesdays. So I was going to push through. So today's show, we're gonna celebrate our last quilt along, the Ava quilt along. So we're gonna play a slideshow of all the quilts. Not quite all the quilts, but because I know some of you have been posting after I pulled all the photos. So we'll have to have a second quilt show later on. But we're going to show you all the quilts, and then also a little bit later in the show, I am going to show you how to cut half hexagons with the Stripology XL ruler. So remember, also I'm here to answer your questions live. So any questions, any topics, just shoot. Write them down in the comments and we'll try to get to them. Of course, if you're joining us for the first time, I always love for you to check in, say hi, where you're watching from, and we'll put you up on the screen possibly. Hi, Carol's in Florida. Nice weather in Florida. Pittsburgh, Amy says it's raining. All right, Cindy's here from Moorhead. It's kind of getting chilly like it is here. We got a little snow on the ground tonight. Upstate New York, lots of people joining us. So make sure also to, if you're watching on a mobile device, use those thumbs ups and hearts. We love that, and that helps spread our videos and get more views. So we appreciate that. It's been a little bit of a running around. My producer was running around trying to get everything ready because when we started, we were going to do some tapings and our mics weren't working. So send him some love because he's been chasing around the building and figured it out, of course, like he always does. Now, we have, of course, a giveaway we're going to do 2 giveaways, one during the live show toward the end of the show, and then we're going to do another one that we pull a winner later on in the week. And from the last show, we had a winner. I asked you, what was your favorite snack in your sewing room? And the winner was Barb Golden, and her favorite snack was red licorice, and she apologized for it not being chocolate. And mine is chocolate. And by the way, that drawer has been restocked with some chocolate. Oh, I shouldn't say that out loud. Anyways, I had a lecture last night up in the Cokato and Dassel area in Minnesota, so only about an hour drive for me. It was a very nice evening. Saw some familiar faces and had a great turnout and a great lecture and an amazing show and tell afterwards. And so they had a lot of quilts made either from my patterns or maybe even one had a quilt made from my fabrics. So I took some photos. Let me show you some photos. This lovely lady is a part of the Fast and Furious Club, and her projects were so great. I really loved how she turned the January table runner into placemats. So how cool is that? And then we have, this is Celtic Crossroad, gorgeous quilt. We had 2 of those actually last night. And we have the Lupin quilt, large one. There's the other Celtic Crossroads. And those are both in the Quilts of Iceland. Now this one is an old golden oldie. It's called Strip Ahoy, but a really fun quilt to make. And looks different because you use a single background. And this is Millie, the Millie pattern. So we had a lovely evening. This one I loved because this is Nordica, but just 1 out of 3 stars that's in the Nordica quilt. So that was really cool how she turned that into a wall hanging. And this one is one of my old fabric lines. So this fabric line was called Amma's Garden, which Amma means grandmother, of course. And so it features the Icelandic poppies. And it was kind of a great kind of a great line for me, close to my heart, and I still get questions about that line, if I can still get it. And of course, I don't have any of that fabric anymore, but it was really fun to see it made up. Really great. Now, last week during Tipsy Tuesday, we launched the 3rd trimester of the Fast and Furious Club. So if you missed it, I have the projects here. So first one up, that's going to be our March project, is the Spilled Beet table runner. I'll show you the photo. And this one is made with charm squares, and we play with that illusion of curves. And I have it right here. This one, we still have a few kits left for this colorway. The other colorway has fewer kits left, but still a few. So if you want to snatch one up, this one is really, really fun and great for Easter. And then we have, for the month of April, we have the Low Tide table runner. And this one is a really fun runner done with fat 8s, and we do all kinds of strips and play with a technique called sew by number. And it's a little bit of a longer runner than the March project. So you can also adjust the length of it if you wanted to. You can make it longer, make it shorter, but really, really a fun runner. So it's about 60 inches, about 50 inches, a little bit over. So great length for that. And then our last project of the season is the May Baskets table topper. And this one is not hard, even though everybody says it looks hard. Don't be afraid of it. It's just some fusible applique, machine applique, and the base of it is really simple. So it's going to be a really fun way to finish the season off with this topper. And unfortunately, all the kits for this one, for the May basket, sold out. I added some more, but unfortunately, I can't add any more because we are completely out of this baskets fabric, and I can't get any more. So unless I find something really similar, because it kind of depends on that, we can possibly make some more, but don't hold your breath. So as far as the Low Tide runner, we had 2 colorways of this one, and I think we're down to kind of just the last couple of kits in both of these colorways. So snatch one up if you were thinking about it, but because once the kits are gone, they're gone, because there's no more fabric and no way to get any more. So are you ready for an Ava quilt show? Of course, I had to hang my Ava behind me. So I finished it. I sewed it all together from last week. It took really a short time to sew it together. I really loved it. But I really love how it turned out. I love the little animal prints. So this was done with a Stargazer bundle, which is one of our Stash Builder bundles. And then I used this navy print from Dear Stella that was just beautiful and kind of matched the rest of the Dear Stella fabrics. And so I really love how it turned out, really kind of nice and soft and fun. Great for spring, I feel like. So I even put together a backing. I'm ready to send it off to the quilter, so I'm on my game. So let's take a look at some of your Ava. So we're talking this slideshow that I put together. I put it together about midday, so everything that had been posted before then. And so a lot of you probably already done, just haven't posted your photos yet, but please do, because we will do a second slideshow later on. But check this out. Wasn't this amazing? So many different quilts, so many awesome, awesome quilts. But my favorite part is to see how they're all so different and just the amazing things we can do with the same pattern and make them all look so different and individualized. I love that this pattern works so great to take a themed fabric or novelty fabrics and put that into something that is personalized for somebody, like the Vikings quilt. I love that, of course, being here in Minnesota. But there was also a Dr. Seuss quilt. There was a caterpillar one. There was all kinds of things. So really cool stuff. So thanks everybody for participating. And of course, now for the grand finale winners, instead of having one winner for part 4, I'm actually pulling 2. So one from Facebook and another winner from Instagram for posting on Instagram. So our Facebook winner is, drumroll, Deb Perry. Congratulations. And then our finale winner on Instagram is Sue Wybe or Weeby. I don't know how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry. But congratulations to both of you. Please, if you're watching and you hear that you were a winner, please contact us. We always try and reach out to you through the Facebook Messenger or on Instagram, but sometimes people don't notice those. So please reach out to us if you see this and send us your address so we can get all your prizes from part 1 through 4. Get all those prizes in the mail. So that was really, really fun. Now, do we have any questions on the Avas or Ava Quilt Along? Wasn't that fun? Are you ready for the next one? So somebody said I didn't get mine finished in time. Don't worry, please post them. We'll keep the post up, and if you're in the Gudrun's Quilt group, post them there. We love to see all the different Avas, and I'll collect all the photos that haven't been shown here and show them later. Okay, so Jackie, I actually answered your comment just while the video was playing. She's asking, what fabric did you use for the flowers in the flower basket? So I used a combination of different fabrics, so not just one line, because they all need different textures and stuff, so I like to pull from different things. All right, so let's see if we have any other questions. So I see a lot of Avas are already off to the long armor, so that's great. And I think that's it. We don't have any more questions. So I'm excited for the second topic. You might have noticed that I removed my Ava and we have a new quilt hanging in the background. So a while ago, after the XL ruler came out, I showed you how you can cut 60-degree triangles, 60-degree diamonds with a ruler, and 45-degree right triangles. And you have a cheat sheet that you can download and print from the website, Gudrun's Quilt Crew, under the link free templates and patterns. And I have prepared a new one because tonight I want to show you how to cut half hexagons with the XL ruler. So half hexagons, what is that? So I have used that in multitude of patterns. And for example, my Stripology quilt, we'll put that up. So this pattern came out quite a few years ago. It uses 2.5-inch strips. This is the this is actually the twin size quilt. And then I had another version of it in the lap size. So you use strips, and then for these two and all the quilts that I've designed, this is actually the mini version. So this is in my Stripology 2 book, but using 1.5-inch strips. The larger ones we're using 2.5. And so, but same technique. So, and then the one that's hanging behind me, the Strip to Shore. Do we have a photo of that one? Yeah, I think we have a photo of that one. Just the pattern cover. There it is. So this one, all three of those, I had to use a 60-degree ruler to cut out the half hexagons. And until now I can do it all with my XL ruler. So I have prepared a little sheet that I want you to go to the website. There's a link. I included a link in the description of the video. So that will take you to this sheet that you can print out. So I did the math for you for kind of the basic, most common sizes of hexagons. So 2-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, and 8-inch finished hexagons. So that will yield, so for a 2-inch finished hexagon, that you'll start with a 1.5-inch strip. So that's just the half hexagon. So it's a 1-inch half hexagon. And then we have the 4-inch full finished hexagon will be cut from 2.5-inch strips. And then we have the 6-inch one from a 3.5-inch strip. And then the 8-inch one is from a 4.5-inch strip. So you can do all these different sizes with a ruler. And so I'm going to show you how to do the basics. So I'm going to start with a 2.5 just to show you how to cut that. And I'm just going to get situated here. So we start with our 2.5-inch strip. Now for the 2.5, the smaller sizes, like if you're doing a 1.5 or a 2.5-inch strip, I recommend that you can just leave your strips folded because they're small enough so you're not wasting too much fabric. But if you're doing some of the larger ones, you know, the 3.5 or a 4.5-inch strip, then I do recommend that you open up your strip so that you don't waste too much fabric. So I just lay my strip along the 60-degree line on the mat so I can have the right angle. And now I align the 60-degree line on the ruler on the bottom of the strip. I also make sure that that first cut through the 0 is going to clean off all my selvages. So I'm good to go. So then I go to my sheet. I'm cutting for 4-inch finished hexagon. So from a 2.5-inch strip, my first cuts are going to be at 0, 7, and 14. So we'll do that through the 0 and the 7 and the 14. And then we're going to remove the first little sliver that you trimmed off. And now we're going to turn the ruler, lift it up and turn it, and use the other 60-degree line that is going to be aligned with the top of the strip. So I'm going to line it with the top of the strip. And you will notice when you align it this way, there is a line extending to the edge of the ruler that you can align with that first cut of that you trimmed off, that first little piece. However, we're not going to leave it here. We're going to slide it over, and I do describe that in this little column. We're going to move the ruler a little bit to the right so that this little corner, top corner here, is going to be aligned with that first dotted line that's to the left of the 0 slit. I've put an arrow here, a green arrow, pointing at that spot so that now that little corner is all lined up and still the 60-degree line is along the top of the strip. And now I'm ready to look at that second column and make my cuts. They're going to be at the 2, the 9, and the 16-inch slit. So the 2, the 9, and the 16. My strip is not quite long enough for the 16, but here we go. We got the half hexagons for a 4-inch finished hexagon. All right, so now I'm going to show you just how it would work with a larger strip. So any of the the 3.5 and the 4.5 kind of would work the same way. So these could be just one fabric strip, so one singular fabric, or they could be pieced, just like I did in the strip lash pattern, both for the 2.5-inch strips and the 1.5-inch strips. So I lay my strip, and for those longer ones, I do have my just a single layer because I want to utilize this fabric. So same thing, starting off the exact same way, using that bottom strip for my line, and we're going to start going through the 0, and then the second cut is going to be at 13. Now these are going to be large, so we can only get 2, and 13. And now I'm going to remove my first cut piece and turn the ruler. So now I have things aligned with the top of the strip and that little corner here, but then I'm going to slide it over and align the dotted line with that top corner. Make sure everything is straightened out. And for my second cuts, I'm going to be cutting at the 4-inch and the 17. So I'm going to cut at the 4-inch. It's going to be my first cut, but you will notice that 17 is starting way inside here, so I can't get it. So what we do here in this situation is just slide the ruler down and I'm going to remove the first piece so that I can slide the ruler down so that the line is aligned with the bottom of the strip unit, like so. And because we slid it down, we can align the 4-inch slit. It extends the line up here, so we can make sure that everything is straight before we start cutting again. And then I'm going to cut on the 17. So then you get out of this, you'll be able to get 3 units. And then you can just continue and you can finish off this last one. So last one, you would just start just like you would the other one. Let's see, this way. And so you would just actually line up the 0 here and at the bottom of the slit here, and we're going to make the same. We're not going to cut through the 0. I'm going to make the same cuts. So cutting through the 13, and then we turn and make the same things. All right. So please go and download the whole sheet. Keep it with your ruler. Whenever you need to cut half hexagons in the future, you can do it all with the Stripology ruler. So let me see, do you have any questions? I'm sure you have questions on this, but I am just loving this fact that you can do that all with your ruler. And I intend on making like a tutorial video on this exact method, so you can always go back to the video so you don't have to go into the middle of the Tipsy Tuesday show. So don't worry about that. I will make a condensed video where we do it all. So speaking of, somebody's asking, when does the strip along start? So I have quite a bit of travel in the next few weeks. So I will be, I'm in South Carolina next week, and then I leave on a cruise ship. Yes, coronavirus and all. We are going on a cruise, and not with Princess though. So keeping our fingers crossed that everything stays on the right path, and we'll take our own precautions and be smart about it. But so I'll be on a cruise into April, and then we have Easter right in there, and I am teaching in California. But once I get back from that trip, that's when we will have our next Tipsy Tuesday, and I will announce the strip along. So strip along will start in April. And hint, hint, since you're watching, I'll give you a little hint. This is going to be our pattern. Strip to shore. So I'm going to show you how you cut all of those pieces with a Stripology ruler, both the half hexes and the triangle, the diamonds and the rectangles and all that. So it'll be great. And of course, I forgot to show you, of course, when you have your half hexes trimmed. Let me show you real quick. So you have your half hexes all cut out, and they still have their little points on them. So of course you're going to use the trimmers, the 60-degree trimmer, to trim all those points off, and then everything will fit together just perfectly. So whether it's the small ones or the bigger strip piece ones, for example, these guys. This one is great because this is basically, this whole pattern comes together so much easier when you do trim these. So you just go to the 2 corners, trim them off, because this quilt, the strip lash quilt, goes together in vertical rows. So when you're piecing them, you need to be piecing them this way. And so when you sew this, everything will fit together end to end very nicely. And you just sew, you don't have to worry about it and try and figure out how you're gonna make these seams match. So that's awesome. All right, any other questions on this? So wonderful. Can you do it for a 45-degree for a Lone Star quilt? You can cut diamonds. So there's not a 45-degree hexagon. So hexagon needs to have even sides. So that's from a 60-degree angle that needs to have a hexagon. So yes, you can definitely cut 45-degree diamonds for a Lone Star quilt. Absolutely. All right, so questions. Jill says, these rulers blow my mind. easy. Yes, they do make everything so much easier. And it's just fun exploring and figuring out ways how to stripologize all these different types of patterns and different angles and stuff. So I love playing with that. Vicky says, wow, that makes hexie so much easier. Absolutely. Absolutely. You chop them up and get them done so fast. Very nice. All right. Cindy says that ruler and mat combo is awesome. It really is. And you know what? This is the reason why we wanted to design mats, is because we wanted to make them work perfectly with all the Creative Grids rulers. So the combination of the colors, of the lines and everything, and for, of course, my side of it, the stripology side, I just love it that there's not a lot of lines that get in your way. So you can see all the markings very easily. Don is asking where you'll be in South Carolina. I am teaching for three different guilds. I'll be in Spartanburg, Greenville, and then Columbia. So looking forward to a week there, and hopefully we won't have any viruses putting kinks in our travel schedule. All right. Oh, Jackie likes our videos. And Debbie says, I discovered during the Ava quilted line the XL ruler would have made the process much easier. So I need to add that to my collection before the strip along. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It does make everything a little bit easier. So put it on your wish list. Kim says, see you in Spartanburg and Greenville. Yay, yay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And so that's going to be really a lot of fun. First time I'm going to be teaching in South Carolina. I've taught in North Carolina, not South Carolina. So I'm looking forward to that. So Susan says, please try to find another grouping for the May table topper. I will try. And really, I have background fabric that's very similar to what I use that would work great, but it's just that basket fabric was so unique. So I will keep looking and try and find something very similar, and let you know. I'll let you know. All right, so Sean says, what size is the largest mat? I need to watch for it in the quilt store. So it is a 24 by 36. So 36 wide, which is a yard, and then 24 this way. That's what I'm using here. And then we have the 18 by 24 in my shop. I actually still have inventory, just so you know. And that one is big enough for the XL ruler. But I like the big ones in my sewing room, obviously not for travel. But we cannot, unfortunately, sell those here in the online shop because it's too big for the U.S. Postal Service to ship. But we have, I think it's time for our winner announcement for our live winner. So our live winner, oh, the producer is prepping it. There's going to be a drum roll. It's going to be anticipation. So here it is. Our live winner is Sue Gregerson. Congratulations, Sue. Thank you for being with us live. You have won a $25 gift card for the GE Designs online store. And of course, the biggest news were this week that there is now a GE Design store in Iceland. Yay! So unfortunately, if you have been to Iceland recently, one of the largest quilt shops in downtown Reykjavik closed about a year ago. And so all my quilters and friends have been kind of strapped and hungry for some fabric and some notions. And it's been hard to get my rulers and such things. So I'm very excited to work with my sister and opened a online store. So it's pretty much an outlet of the GE Quilt Designs shop, but in Iceland. So it ships from Iceland and got all the Icelandic currency prices and shipping. So you can get it in a couple of days. It's awesome. So all the bundles, we have some yardage, and then of course rulers, mats, and all the notions too, all my critical notions. I'm excited about that, and hopefully will be welcomed. Be a nice welcome to Icelandic quilters. But I have some things to show you that are new in the store here. Of course, always something new. I did mention to you a couple of or I think last Tipsy Tuesday, that I was cutting all the kits for the cruises, and I had some extras and I was going to put them in a store, so they have been listed. So let me show you. First, I'm going to put up the photo of the quilt. So the photo of the quilt, this is the Marina Quilt that is in my Quilts Stripology Mixology book. So all 10-inch squares, and the one I did was very nautical themed. All the fabrics were kind of had a nautical theme to it, in those navies and lighter blues and reds, and so I kind of chose very similar. So we have the nautical kit, and so the 10-inch squares are all pre-cut for you, and so really fun, really fun fabrics. So then we have some reds and lights, and then the blues and the navies, and some lighter blues as well. And then we have the accent fabric, just like my quilt. So the navy accent, the white accent for block 1, and then awesome striped binding. So those kits are in the store, and then I had a few left. So for the cruise, I'm doing 3 different colorways that people could choose from, but I didn't have enough of the middle one of the colorways. But the other one I had extra was the Tropical Reef colorway. So this was inspired by actually this fabric. So I kind of pulled all kinds of fabrics in those colors. So we have, for block A, we have all these blues and these tropical themed, very fun fabrics. And then we have for the other block, for block B, we have all kinds of colors, bright colors, greens, purples, kind of pulling from this main fabric, yellows, and then the accent fabrics are pink for block A instead of the white, and then there's awesome blue for all the other colors for block B, and a really fun stripe. So just a few kits available for this one in the store. They're already on the website if you're interested in making a fun tropical Marina quilt. And then we have a couple of brand new stash builders. Now I want to say that the sheep bundle that was so popular a couple of weeks ago and sold out in less than a week is coming. So I put it up on the website. It's arriving this week, so we can get it cut and shipped out next week. So I put it up on the website, and also some more chartreuse bundles. We had sold out of those, so they're coming back. And I am focusing and want to be able to offer at all times some stash builder bundles that I call my basic bundles. I have in the store, there's a light bundle with 12 different light fabrics, so great for backgrounds. I have a black bundle and I have a gray bundle that are just kind of always colors that I look for if you want to make something scrappy. And so then we have a lupin bundle, which is all purples, and then we have an aurora bundle, which are all these aquas and kind of seafoam greens, kind of for the aurora quilt. And so I have a new basic bundle, and I'm calling it the sunshine bundle. So this is all yellows, and so this will kind of always be in stock. We'll just rotate once we run out of some fabrics. We will rotate them back in, and I tried to have a variety going from kind of a dark curry into all the different hues of yellow and into the brighter ones, and then the light sunny yellow. So just sunshine in a bag. So any kind of yellow you need, you can have that kind of built into your stash and kind of pull from there. And I love that idea. Another brand new one that I just posted, and this one is called, I call it Coral Reef, because I have had this fabric for a while and I just loved it. So I've been kind of collecting fabrics that go with it. So this was my inspiration. I love to take an inspiration. So these corals and these light blues and kind of that coral color. So I started with, and the blue, dark blues. So I started with the dark blues, and I got these really awesome kind of course, oceany prints and starfish. And then this one brings in just a little bit of geometric and brings in a little bit of that seafoam green. And then this one I just loved. something you find on the beach, some more starfish, and then some swirly watery print that brings in those same colors. And then we have some of the lighter blues in there. These kind of look like those pointy little things that now my brain is fried. I don't remember the name of them. And then more swirly water. And then of course we have to have some coral colors. So really great corals, and I just love this print, and I think this will make a really fun beach. If you have a beach house or somebody that just loves the beach, this is perfect. Or the lake, and I'm so excited to finally be able to find some companions for this one of my favorite prints. So these are the brand new bundles and kits in the store. Of course, we always have stuff coming, so we'll keep them coming. So let's see if we have any final questions before we finish off. All right. Oh, thank you. Connie says Gudrun has the best eye for color and patterns. Oh, thanks. This is my favorite thing to do. So being that I started off as a shop owner way back when, and so that was always my favorite, to put together colors. So I'm kind of back into that now. Monica says, any chance you may be creating a pink and dusty rose bundle? Of course. So I want to have those basics like the sunshine one. It just takes a while to collect a nice variety, because I am a little particular. I want some variety in the bundles, and I don't want it to be all like one print. I want variety in the texture, so not all just like a grunge or something. So I want to mix it all in. So it's all coming. Trust me, it's all coming. All right. Yay for yellow. Yay. Yellow is a tough color to use, and sometimes it's just what a quilt needs, but sometimes it's hard to find that hue of yellow. So it would be really good to have, you know, a selection. All right, so both patterns bought and cheat sheet printed off, says Sherry. Great. Lori says, any retreat news? We have a full list. Not everybody has confirmed, so we're kind of going through it and pushing people, so we might still have some openings. If you are thinking about it, you have to act fast, because I can put you on that wait list, and then you get bumped up if people don't confirm. So make sure you contact me ASAP. Barbara asks, is there a amble in London in the works? I don't know. Possibly. I'm going to London this summer, so I'm looking forward to that. I've been to London a few times before too, so you never know. We'll see what comes next. Oh, sea urchins. Thank you. Somebody said that. Sea urchins. Sue Anderson. Thank you for that. That's the word I was looking for. Great. Or barnacles. Yeah, maybe it was barnacles I was thinking. No, I was thinking the sea urchins, the actual thing. Can you do a gray bundle? Oh, Lucille, I already have a gray bundle in the store. Check it out. So that's already there. It's called Shades of Gray. I had to use that word. Shades of gray, and there's shades of black. All right. Any other questions? Oh, for the strip to shore quilt along, what ideas do you have for pulling from our stash? So I will give you all of that information once we get closer. I always try and pull, so I will pull from my strip drawers, and I thought it would be kind of fun to do that live. So I'll probably do it during a Facebook Friday episode to show you how I kind of play with color. But mine will look totally different from this one, because I always try and do something totally different. And so it'll be fun to do. But I'll give you all the information. And as you know, I will offer some optional different things, either a layout or options on construction. So don't get ahead of yourselves. You can start thinking about it. Elisa said, does the cruise kit come with a clear bag? These do not. No, they do not. They do just come with a regular, this kind of clear bag. The bags are quite a bit bigger than these kits. All right, Lori says, will you be doing another group of Fast and Furious projects? Yes, there will be season 2. Not starting until next fall, so they will be introduced in August. But there's lots to come until then. Lots to come. All right, any other questions? Oh, Jackie asked about a green bundle. Yes, definitely a green bundle, already halfway collected. Green is a hard one because there's so many different shades of green and darks and lights. So we already have a chartreuse, which is not quite green, but you know, there's different layers of green, definitely. Joanna says, curious, Gudrun, what is your favorite color? Oh my gosh, that depends on the week. It changes every week because I always want to play with different fun colors. Now, if I were to go into my closet and by that choosing what was my favorite color, that's a tough one too. I've got a lot of black and gray, but I think my favorite color was always green, but lately I've noticed that I don't really sew much out of green. So it might be blues right now. Excuse me. All right. Do we have any other questions? I don't think so. So I'm going to finish off. Sorry. I lost my notes. So I remember what I was going to tell you. So we're going to finish off with a question for our giveaway. So please answer this question in the comments to be entered in the giveaway that we pull out later in the week. So do you have a favorite fabric manufacturer? So I'm not talking about a designer, but a manufacturer. So Moda, Kaufman, Free Spirit, whatever. So I have a few favorites, but you know, they don't always connect with necessarily my favorite designers. So it's most of these companies that you can get fabrics from at the quilt shop, they're really great quality. So, but some of the ones that have probably been my favorites to work with are not necessarily the prints I want to work with all the time. So I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut because I want to be kind of politically correct when I'm talking about these things. But you probably see by all of my bundles and what I work with that I work with so many different fabric companies. I love to mix them up, and of course I wouldn't work with something that I didn't enjoy working with. So that is it for our show. Make sure to please share if you can. Share the videos. We love that. And we are not going to have another Tipsy Tuesday until April 14th, I believe. So it's going to be a while. And it's only because the next 5 Tuesdays I'm traveling or teaching or something, so I'm not at home. However, there will be Facebook Fridays. So this coming Friday, I'm here at home. So definitely will be a Facebook Friday in Gudrun's Quilt Crew with a cocktail. And then, of course, even though I'm on the road, I will try and do a Tipsy Tuesday, Facebook Friday, from my hotel room after my classes. So I hope you enjoyed learning some things today. And I will see you in 5 weeks. But hopefully you'll check in with me this coming Friday for Facebook Friday. Thanks for watching, everybody.